So not only do you break a sweat working out over there, you break a mental sweat over here, making it all happen.
Ryobi man.
I'm a Ryobi man. I know. I'm gonna
Not
get
DeWalt, not Milwaukee.
I'm gonna get flamed in the comments big time for that one. Heater.
That's California.
I'm from California. It's 60 degrees. I got a heater on. This is where the magic.
We always
happens.
like a good fridge reveal. Oh yeah. So you ever just crank it to 11, really let it howl?
No, you can see it. Yeah, sometimes.
Massenomics.
What is up, YouTube? Tommy from Massenomics here, and we are back in Darko's garage. If you haven't checked it out already, we have a home gym tour showing off all this good stuff back here. Ton to look at. But today, we're gonna go through his workspace. He's half the garage is a gym, the other half is where he runs a business. Yep. Explain your business to people if they don't know what you do.
So it's called Darko Lifting. I make mostly accessories kind of geared towards home gym users. You know, barbell storage, certain cable attachments, and yeah, no, I just kind of started one day, and now it's kind of grown a little bit bigger.
And so everything that if someone goes, what's your website?
DarkoLifting.com.
So darkolifting.com, if you go on and buy something from there, it is all assembled, for the most part, manufactured, put together right here and shipped out of here, correct?
Yeah, everything gets assembled here. Basically, I use a third party.
For some like metal things.
For metal
like that,
things. US based, you know, all my products are made in the United States. But everything gets shipped in here. Everything needs to be packaged or assembled, packaged, shipped. Certain products need, you know, hand finishing. Mm-hmm. So it kind of just depends what they order. But yeah, no, everything outside of shirts and hats basically gets shipped out of here.
So not only do you break a sweat working out over there, you break a mental sweat over here, making it all happen. So we're gonna see. You're gonna look behind the curtain and find out what's going on here. So why don't you just start running us through? Maybe we should start at the front and we'll work. Or what way should we go? Let's do that. Okay.
Works.
So yeah, take us through because it's really cool. It is like a straight up workshop. You got a ton of things going on. I guess walk me through it. What do we got?
Okay. You know, so like main assembly table. This one's just kind of cool because it's made from extra rack parts.
Yeah, show that off, Tanner. We were checking this out earlier. You said over the years you've had a few different racks, and as time goes on, I'm assuming you haven't really gotten rid of them. You just
just cut them up
the
and
pieces,
repurpose them.
You've cut uprights to make this custom workbench, which looks super cool. I think everyone, if they had the option to own a workbench made of 3x3 uprights, everyone would be on board for that.
And even these white shields right here. These actually came off of the leg curl machine I have. These were basically the weight stack shrouds.
Oh, cool.
And I just like the look of it without it, so I'm like, oh, well, I'll just repurpose them. And like, kind of just creates a barrier for some of the finishing I do where little pieces of metal kind of
you don't got to worry about things
so
rolling
it kind of
off.
just keeps everything in here. But yeah, everything basically gets assembled, packaged, and shipped from this table right here.
Okay, so you got this. And then we come over here, and Tanner, you might need to come around. I guess actually down here you have like major charging station. We got cables.
All the batteries for all my tools. I know
got your power strip zip tied back there.
I'm gonna get some grief about my Ryobi tools, but I like them.
Gets the job
I'm
done.
not a Milwaukee. You know,
You're a Ryobi man.
I'm a Ryobi man. I know. I'm gonna
not
get
DeWalt, not Milwaukee.
I'm gonna get flamed in the comments big time for that one. So yeah, you know, mostly just charging stuff. Some tools that need to be powered.
What do we got? Is this a table saw back here?
Yeah, table saw. Just needed to kind of find somewhere to store that, so that's kind of where that lives. I don't use it a ton, but for certain projects.
Okay, and then air compressor, is that just blow stuff off?
Both, you know, for cleaning, and then for the tool I use to route so anything that's stainless steel, like the longy bar, shorty bar, basically, those all need to get routed. So basically, it runs everything off the air compressor. Yeah.
I'm not a tool guy. I don't know that. I didn't know you can make.
I wasn't either until I started this whole thing, and I'm like, oh, okay, I'll figure it all out.
All right, cool. Then we got an actual toolbox here. What is this? Just
just normal tools. Yeah, you know, I had like an open shelf one before, but just, you know, kind of
cleaning it up,
clean everything up, and then because things get so dusty in here at times, it's just nice to be able to kind of keep things closed up.
Husky toolbox gets the job done for you.
Gets the job done, yeah.
Okay. Fan, heater. It's California.
I'm from California. It's 60 degrees. I got a heater on.
I will give it. It was a little chilly this morning. I should have wore a sweatshirt, but I forgot it at the hotel.
So heater, and then, you know, a lot of times I work till 12 at night. A lot of nights, so it starts getting a little chilly.
We mentioned this earlier. Product that's in testing right now. Coming soon.
Testing. So that'll be like it's a change plate holder. But we're
3D printed.
3D printed. The final version will have a steel backing. They've been tested up to 200 pounds so far. But it allows people to just kind of customize the color of the horns, the backing, just so they can better match their rack.
That's really cool. I like that a lot. Just
lots of hardware fasteners. Just very with so many different variations of products. Different bolt styles, things like that. And then certain 3D printed parts as well. Just kind of get an idea of what I need to either reorder, stock, print.
Yeah.
Just to lay out a lot of little assembly parts.
Tanner, you might need to come around here, but then is this the closest you have to a warehousing section right now?
Yeah, as of right now, this is like the main storage area for products.
So starting up top, is this shorty bar?
Yeah, shorty bars.
Pieces?
Yeah, so those are black shorty bars. Next to it, we have some stainless steel tiny bars. There's thresher brackets to the right, so that's kind of that chest-supported pad I make.
Yep. Down here, we got some anchor pieces.
Got anchors.
So you keep, for the most part, all your colors in stock for the actual metal itself?
For the most part, yeah.
Yeah, so we got black, stainless, white, and the same thing for the dock.
Yeah.
And then going down, just more options. So like in order for one of those comes in, you can just grab it right off the shelf, we'll get to it soon, the plastic or the insert for it, and you match
unless
it up
someone orders, with the stainless, there's two options where they can order like a polished version, which will be, similar to, your appliances when you get them in stainless steel, or they can order like a grind pattern, which is pretty similar to
if a grind pattern comes in, do you need to apply the grind pattern?
Yeah, so that's when I got to, get my angle grinder out and kind of
do some man stuff.
But most of the metal I try to always have in stock. It just depends on, sometimes you get these rushes of orders.
Yeah.
Like right when I started, I think I bought enough for like 50 sets. And unfortunately, Basement Brandon was like my third customer. And then he did a review, and he didn't really tell me he was going to do a review or anything like that. So I think in 3 days I sold like 180 of them.
Damn you, Brandon!
I was like, I need to order a lot more. I need to order a lot more parts here. So that was really the only time where I was like, oh man, I'm like, it's going to be a couple weeks for everybody.
yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah, what do we got? Oh, we got some Massenomics classic pieces here. Thank you notes. You stick around. Go to massenomics.com/join. You can join the crew. Maybe get in on some of this, or place an order. Tanner will write you a handwritten thank you note that you can also collect. Yeah. Oh, the fridge. Do we got any goodies in the fridge?
A lot.
This is where all the magic happens.
This is where the magic.
We always like a good fridge reveal. Oh yeah.
Yeah, a lot of beer, energy drinks.
Yeah, we
sodas,
got
waters.
Some IPAs up top there. Some Topo Chicos. Yeah, all the stuff. So the caffeine to keep you running late into the night. All right.
So,
and then a little sake if you need to unwind.
Yeah, a little bit of that down there.
I like that. Okay. Lots of packaging. So you got, I suppose at this point you kind of know what you need for boxes to ship everything the best.
Yeah, I have a couple box sizes that I kind of just are my standard ones. But yeah, those, unfortunately, boxes take up a lot of room.
They do.
So yeah, just kind of get them wherever I can find room.
Yep. So you got that. Once we get over here, though, this is another, I guess, a production area and some storage too. We got Tanner. You might want to come look at these. This is pretty cool. So we got. Actually, how many actual 3D printers do we have here?
So there's 5 right now on this storage unit. I have another one in our office that's just under repair at the moment. So when they're fully working, I got 6 running.
Are these kind of your main workhorses, these 3 up here? Or okay, so what are these? What is the model here? There's probably some 3D printer fans out there that want to know this stuff.
So those are from a company called Bamboo Lab. These are their P1Ss. These are, my main workhorses. You can see on top, basically, they have multicolor capabilities. So you can print something that's up to 4 colors per unit, or you can combine the 2, and you can print something up to 8 colors. But yeah, basically, I transitioned over to a 3D printing model about a year and a half ago, and it just allows me to provide, just colors.
Yeah. So if people aren't super familiar, it's the liner to your anchor or a dock. So you have all of these here, and so when someone goes online, you give them the option to pick a lot of colors, and so you keep this stuff on standby. And then the one you were talking about, and you were showing this earlier, if we're going to combine colors, you had this American flag one. It's really cool how detailed. I don't know anything about 3D printers, and to actually see the detail of those, it's really impressive how fine that can get with those.
Yeah, so it's just opened up a lot more opportunities, especially, and then again for like prototyping new products. Instead of waiting, a couple
Like
weeks.
your R&D space over here, the Mad Workshop, where anything can go.
So right now I'm testing out all these, these basically new weight horns, different colors, just things like that. It just allows you to kind of get a better idea of, especially like the sizing of things. But yeah, no, ever since I have switched to that model, it's gone really, really well. It just provides a lot more options for people. I obviously like to color match my gym a lot, and most people do too. So yeah, I've done my, the best offer as many colors as I can within reason to match most of like the stock rack colors that like Rogue, Rev, Titan offers.
Yep. Yeah. So when you're busy, how often are these things running?
Generally, they're running about 20 hours a day.
Okay, yeah. So it's just around the clock.
Just
these things are out here cranking away. Do they put off much noise? Do you know they're running?
So it depends on the noise. These ones are closed, so a little bit less noise that you hear. But yeah, I mean, sometimes if they start printing really fast, you'll
so
definitely
it is
hear
speed dependent is where the noise comes from. All right. So you ever just crank it to 11, really let it howl?
Oh no, you can see it. Yeah, sometimes just depending on what it is. If it's something basic that's printing, you can turn up the speed.
So, okay, me not knowing what, like this seems like a very solid piece. How long does that take to print?
That's about 4 hours.
It is, okay, yeah.
Right,
that seems believable.
Yeah.
I didn't know if you're going to surprise me and say this thing gets knocked out in 5 minutes or something.
So there's so many, like...
The technology's not there yet?
Well, it's just a matter of, like, how strong do you want it to be?
Oh.
So if I'm prototyping just to get a size, you can basically make it a really weak print.
Yeah, you wouldn't have to worry about filling it.
So it doesn't need to be, because that's like almost entirely solid.
Yeah.
So it just depends. You can adjust the settings quite a bit for what you want it to do.
Yeah.
But yeah, since we switched this model, it takes up some room, but it's actually still less room than when I was ordering plastic cut parts, because I'd order, a couple hundred at a time, and then every product has, different parts. So it just allowed me to like keep a little bit less, stock on hand at times.
Yeah. And do we have? Well, of course, any business needs the shipping computer.
Yeah.
Tanner was checking this out earlier. He loves a good
giant
label writer.
4XL. I feel like I'm at home.
Yeah. So shipping is this is kind of where I do most of my customer service. Shipping is right here. But then even in here, there's just more more storage, more parts for everything. Bolts, I got to go buy those in bulk.
I see you got the Rust-Oleum 2X in white.
Oh,
I
yeah.
figure you've gone through a fair bit of that in your time, haven't you?
Yeah, a lot of spray
Getting
paint.
everything to match. Oh yeah, all the hardware in there too.
Yeah, so that again, it's another one of those things that's not a product, but it just takes up a lot of storage room. So I've kind of just tried to make use of every inch as I can in here, just to hold off kind of getting a warehouse as long as I can. Like I showed in the home gym tour, that we have products like hiding behind my rack, hiding behind the TV, anything I can do to basically just put off getting a location as long as I can.
I would agree. It is a very it is a very organized, very efficient use of space. And on top of that, I don't know if you just cleaned it up for us, but you have it very clean in here. It's not a mess at all. I would say, as far as the business goes, Darko Lifting, you had shown us earlier, you're always working on new things. You have things in the pipeline, in development. The one sounds like maybe coming pretty soon would be the weight horns, change plate holders, things like that. Anything else in the pipeline that you can tell us about, or is it top secret?
No, I've showed off a couple things online already. So I'm working on spotter arms. My main problem with the current spotter arms is they're all 30 pounds and they're huge and they're just kind of a pain to move around. So I'm working on some spotter arms. Working on. You use safety straps in your rack?
I do use safety straps.
So I love safety straps.
I do too. Big fan.
Yeah. So when you move to a half rack, that's not really an option.
You lose the safety straps.
Yeah, you lose
right.
the safety straps. So hanging on my little accessory station is basically it's a way to attach safety straps to your spotter arms.
Okay.
I like being able to come down, touch the safety straps.
Do you want to show it off quick?
Yeah, we can show them off.
We'll do a quick look here. Behind the scenes look. Oh, you've been over here the whole time. I didn't know what these were. All right.
So normally these would hook up basically to your safety, your spotter arm, and there's normally another bracket. It's not hooked up right now, but basically it would hook up to your rack right here.
Okay, so you still
Yeah.
You still get to live that full rack life
Yeah.
of having the. Okay, that's cool.
So that's still in development right now. That's why 3D printed parts just is for kind of fitment testing. Mini racks. The mini
the
rack.
back side of the rack. Yeah, there is stuff.
Yeah.
Because again, you are so efficient. We got more Ryobi tools
more
hanging out the
Ryobi
back
tools.
here just to rub it in people's
Yeah.
faces. We got safety first always.
Always.
We always like to make sure safety is at the top of the list here at Massenomics too. Good to see that. Why don't you explain what these pads are down here?
So the pads down below, those are for the thresher pad that I sell. It's a chest supported pad. This again uses the same material that you'd find on a Thompson fat pad, so it's really grippy. Pretty, really firm pad. So yeah, just storage everywhere.
And then explain these quick too, because these are so cool.
Yeah.
Your miniature racks there. Here, I'll move.
Move some of that way here. So yeah, that's the mini rack. That should be coming out soon. I kind of just got a little bit behind on normal products. So basically, this will assemble just like you would any rack. So these are all real steel bolts.
They are actually?
Yeah,
oh, that's cool.
So people will be able to order them in like a 4-post configuration, a 6-post configuration. They can match the colors of their racks. It'll come with standard accessories like, this is a Black Widow VHS bar. It'll come with spotters, a little bench.
What about safety measures for a miniature rack?
Oh no, I have one somewhere. There's a mini drink spotter for this rack.
You'll love to see it.
Yeah. So there will be a number of accessories that kind of come with it, but it allows people just kind of like have a cool little thing to put on their desk, and it just looks cool.
Yeah.
Sometimes it doesn't need to really function. It's sometimes just cool looking stuff is nice.
One final thing, because there's just so much in here and things keep catching my eye. Explain to me back here, is this all of your material for the 3D printer?
So that's some of it. So like depending on what I'm printing, certain products use this material. It's called PLA. So like rack badges will use this material. It's just a little bit easier to print. And your rack badges don't need to be incredibly strong. So this is kind of like my PLA wall. And, but yeah, so, a variety of colors. People can also, if they need custom colors, I can always order that type of stuff for people.
Cool.
More material
right
here.
It keeps going.
Yeah. There's just some common colors I use, but then inside I probably have another 50, 60 rolls of filament. Just because certain colors like black, I, burn through just because so much stuff gets ordered in black. So yeah, no, it's kind of, there's stuff everywhere. But then, this is a kind of a cool thing. So this is like a fake wall.
Oh, it is.
And so
I can see the wheels. So
Yeah.
you got your water heater.
So yeah, water heater is back there. Whole HVAC unit.
We don't, Midwest, we can't put water heaters in the garage. I got to go inside. So this is a foreign concept to me.
Yeah. But yeah, no, it's all on wheels. That way, if I need to access it, I can actually just roll this whole thing out.
Very cool.
But it also just gave me more storage space versus not having, because there's wall space, but there wasn't, when my gym was originally on this side of the garage, there wasn't any wall space. So I basically built out this wall to store all my cable attachments. And now it's a
Cool.
PLA wall.
Yeah. Wow. Well, this is, again, really impressive. A lot of cool stuff here. And we've already been in here for several hours. We keep asking questions and we could do this all day. But Darko, we are so appreciative of you taking time out of your day to show us your gym, your workspace. We even did a little demo of his Beyond Power Vultra over there. Make sure you're watching all those videos. In this video, comment, what was your favorite part of Darko's workshop? Is there a certain tool he needs? Does he need any tools to make his life more efficient? Drop that comment below. Let us know. Make sure you go over to darkolifting.com. Buy some of the stuff. I own the Anchor. I love it. All of this stuff is super high quality. Got to touch all of it. It's great stuff. Also, make sure you're following him on Instagram, Darko Lifting.
Darko Lifts.
Yeah, at Darko Lifts.
Yeah.
Also, Massenomics. Check us out wherever you find Massenomics stuff. Go buy some of our merch. Hit that subscribe button, and we will see you guys next time.